And hello, all of my fellow nerds out there. This is Oracle Nerd Richie, and welcome once again to Ace Attorney: Truth and Consequences. Last episode was a wee bit of a doozy. We got testimony from Morgan Fay, pretty much explaining things that happened in the chamber, and from what we could see from her version of the events, Nadia had channeled her to try to kill Maya, but Pearl found them, and I guess the story goes that she knocked him out with the statue. Uh, but I but I wanted to talk about I also wanted to talk about it a little bit because I'm actually pretty for some hype for a couple things. First of all, this case is coming to its close. We're finally going to get to the ending of this case. I really hope it's going to be today, and if not, then maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But also, uh, in also tomorrow, I heard from news that there's going to be a Nintendo Direct tomorrow. A lot sooner than I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to have a Nintendo Direct April 2nd, but no, it's going to happen tomorrow. For some reason, and I'm actually really hyped about that. So whatever this Nintendo Direct is going to be, I don't really know. I'm hyped for it. I really hope they start off with something in- interesting. But from what I can gather from Twitter, even though I don't have Twitter anymore, I have Blue Sky now. Um, is that there will not be any updates on the Switch 2 during the presentation. The Switch 2 updates are going to be on April 2nd. The Direct is going to be tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be live streaming or recording a reaction to it at all because I don't really tend to do that. But I don't know because tomorrow I'm probably going to be recording more Ace Attorney if this episode doesn't get resolved. So anyways, enough of my babbling. Let's get onto it. Pearls, it's okay. We got more time. I will fix this. You're going to be okay. I'll make this okay. Hey, Mr. Wright, do you know where Maya is? She should be lying down in the judge's chambers. Why? I wanted to talk to her real quick. Really? About what? It's it's really important that I talk to her. Apollo, I don't want to tell you just yet. Tell me what? I'm going to ask her a question, that's all. I promise I won't keep her long, but I need to ask this. Okay, well, she'll probably wake up in about 20 minutes. Thanks. Mr. Wright, I'm so sorry. It's not your fault. I was too intense. I should have held it together. I should have said more. I fell to pieces while you needed me. Hey, stop that. You didn't sleep last night. You've been working tirelessly for pearls. I was asking too much of you. Why don't you take a nap when we get back? I think I should. Widget still needs to go through the data. Meet me in about 3 or 4 hours, okay? Oh, dude, she's tearing up. I can see the tears in her eyes. Thank you. I really owe you one. Phoenix, You think Pearls did it, don't you? I did, but now I don't know what to think anymore. Why aren't you in jail for perjury? Miss Von Karma told me she'd let me take a plea deal. She said she understood why I did it, so she wouldn't give me any jail time. Wow, that's incredibly generous of her. For the second time today, it seems. I'm going to head back to Hazakura. I need some time alone. I understand. I hope you don't come to regret this, Mr. Wright. I don't come to regret this, Mr. Wright. Francisca, I don't know how to thank you. This had nothing to do with you. I couldn't let someone like Morgan Fay decide the outcome of that trial. There's the tiniest chance of Pearl is innocent. You had better find it, Mr. Wright. Don't you dare let that girl go to prison in that state. Is that empathy I detect? I promise I'll do everything in my power to figure out what happened. You better. I guess with Athena gone and Maya's at recovery, I'm on my own. I think that's probably for the best. There's always someone else. Please let there be someone else. January 3rd, Kurine Village. Back here once again. Sometimes I could swear I live here. Well, Phoenix, are you going to investigate or what? Don't sneak up on me like that! It's not sneaking up. You were just lost in thought. Where's Maya? Is she alright? She's fine. She's just... She just felt a bit wiped out. I told her to rest for a while. After channeling such a dangerous spirit, that's probably wise. Well, where should we start? We? Wait, you're helping us? I want to solve this case. You want to solve this case. As we have a common goal, I see no reason to split up. I'm getting investigations vibes from this. You could ask first. I suppose I could have, yes. So then, where do we start? You're putting me in charge of the investigation? You said you wanted more time. I assume you had a plan. I hadn't really thought that far ahead. I can't believe I haven't defeated you in court yet. You practically make things up as you go along. Fine then. I'm in charge of this investigation then. That's fine with me. Then my suggestion is to start with the summoning chamber. That makes sense. Lead the way. And then summoning chamber. January 3rd, Kurine Village. Summoning chamber. This is where the incident occurred. Thus, this is likely to have the most clues. Yeah, I kind of guessed that. Then what are we waiting for? Let's take another look, shall we? Alright. There is quite a lot of wood scattered about the chamber. More than one would expect with the door kicked down. Yeah, there wasn't this much last time I did it. That's right, you've kicked this door down twice, haven't you? And both times to ensure the safety of Maya Fey, I noticed. Wouldn't you if it was someone you cared about? I wasn't criticizing you, Phoenix Wright. As a matter of fact, I admire your devotion to your friends. Okay. Okay, who are you and what have you done with Franziska von Karma? That's what I've been asking. You'd rather I go back to the way I was? I do have the whip right here. Nope, I'm good. In any case, there must be a reason all of this wood came off the door. I wonder what it could be. Any ideas? It could have been poor quality wood. I doubt that. I do as well. There's a reason, we just have to find it. As I recall, this is the table for the tea and bread. I'd assume so. Bread was definitely drugged by Nadia Life. That is undeniable. In fact, I believe most of Morgan Fay's testimony to be factual. Much as I hate to admit it, the more I think about it, the more I think so too. It does line up with the evidence, but there's one thing that we can say for sure here. Pearls didn't drug the tea. She didn't have anything to do with that. You're right. She did intend Maya. She didn't intend Maya harm. My initial theory was wrong. Dude, honestly, front facing Franziska is cursed. I ain't gonna lie. You're admitting that you were wrong? Everyone is wrong sometimes. You were both wrong pertaining to Dahlia Hawthorne. Yeah, but with all you were saying about perfection, justice, perfect justice. As a prosecutor, my role is to ensure that guilty parties are proven to be guilty. It may seem shocking to you, but not every defendant is innocent. Imagine if I neglected my duties and a killer walked free. That would be a disgrace to my work, a disgrace to justice itself. I must argue my side effectively, as should you. And if that means having to play devil's advocate, I will. You make it sound like you don't think Pearl did it. I believe Pearl is innocent of murder. Finally, something we can agree on. You had a theory that intrigued me. Oh? We mistakenly believed Nadia was killed elsewhere because of Dahlia's insight. However, you presented the path through the glass evidence, but evidence the body was moved. That's an intriguing theory, Phoenix Wright. I think you were onto something. Maybe, but she wasn't killed by the lake. Yes, we are both very far off of the mark on that one. However, I believe your idea has merit. The body was moved at some point. But from where? Do you recall what Morgan Fay said about where she was positioned when Pearl hit her? Near the entrance. Correct. So Nadia's body would have to be dragged here. Good point. And that spot under her, that was cleaned. It must have been cleaned before Nadia was placed on top of it. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Because it was possible the spot was cleaned before Nadia was killed. We now have enough information to have a good idea of the order of events. Yeah, we do. So we can agree the killer likely cleaned the mat first. Then they dragged Nadia across the chamber. Nadia was killed in front of the door, not where she was found. So they, so where the wood pieces are? Yes, almost certainly. All right, I can agree with that. But that leads to your question at the trial. When did the killer acquire the statue? That's where I'm stumped. I am too. I suppose that means we need to investigate some more. The screen is slashed and burned, I see. Burns could have been accidental. The slashes, not so much. That's what I thought as well. I think someone destroyed it deliberately. Morgan did say Pearl destroyed the chamber. I suppose she could have done it. But that doesn't feel right to me. This is all Pearl has known for her whole life. What's that look for? I was thinking about something. About what? Alright, I'll tell you. But don't go spreading this around. I won't. I promise. When I found out my father killed Gregory Edgeworth, I was livid. I, more than anyone, have seen how that action affected Miles for years. How it still affects him today. To find out my father was responsible. I felt disgusted, betrayed, and angrier than I've ever been in my life. I don't blame you. But what does that have to do with what happened here? As soon as I verified it was true, I was blinded by rage. He didn't just betray Miles, he betrayed me. He betrayed everything I thought he stood for. So I went into his study and destroyed it. Everything that meant something to him. That wasn't He wasn't just dead to me. I wanted everything associated with him dead too. I'll never forgive him. You think that's what Pearl did? Pearl did? When someone who should love and protect you betrays you on that level, yes. That kind of anger consumes you. You aren't thinking about the long-term consequences. You just want to destroy every memory of that person. That's hitting a bit too close to home for me, especially when it comes to recent days. The more They're more than dead to you. Everything associated with them is dead to you, past and present. So yes, I believe that part of Morgan Fay's testimony wholeheartedly. It's what I did when I was in a similar position. I had no idea. Don't read too far into it. I came out of it stronger than ever. Yeah, but I never even thought about how much that would have affected you. Can we get back to the case now? I just I was just using my story as an illustration. Yeah, sure. And now I feel like kind of a jerk for being so insensitive back then. But I guess now's not the time to dwell on the past mistakes, and or I'll be here all day. What was cleaned under the body? But that's what I'd like to know. Well, odds are it was identifying information. Some sort of bodily fluid, most likely. Alright, that's very easy to narrow down. Blood would have shown up under luminol, so it wasn't that. I highly doubt it's urine, as everyone here is aware of how to use the toilet. I think we can rule out saliva as well. The spot is much too big. Hmm. In fact, the only fluid that would make sense is vomit. Okay, yeah, that's totally what I was thinking. Honestly, yeah, but like, yeah, for real, that is what I was thinking. Honestly, vomit makes a lot more sense than any theories that some of you guys might have had. I know what you guys were thinking. Someone threw up in here? Ugh, gross. The killer, or perhaps someone who came across the body. It's a common reaction. It's not out of the question. I mean, honestly, yeah, if I saw a dead body at some point, I'd probably want to vomit too. That's true. If someone wasn't expecting to see it, it could make their stomach churn. Perhaps the killer was horrified at what they'd done. Also possible, though dead bodies expel things, don't they? What would be the point of cleaning it so thoroughly if it came from the body? Good point. Okay, we can assume someone threw up in here for now. Of course, it's just a theory. It's just a theory. A court theory. Thanks for watching. That could be something else entirely. True, but that's the one that makes the most sense so far. Yeah, because like, okay, so oh yeah, we have to yeah. For some reason, you guys made the glass path on both sides separate yet have the same dialogue. I'm not sure as to why. Okay, what else is there? There's something I'm missing back here. Oop. Okay, so that's not it. Okay, this is slashed and burned. It's the spot where the body was. Hmm? Is that the same? Yeah, this is the same as the screen. Why is the screen's hitbox so big? Wait, what about this? Here's the murder weapon. There's no question about that. Yes, I see my hunch was correct. It is quite heavy. You think you could have swung it with one hand? That's a good question. Stand back. Hey, watch where you're swinging that. I'm not going to let go of it. Besides, I couldn't get a decent enough momentum going. It's too heavy. Even in your left hand? Yes, even in my left hand. It's my stronger side, but it's still too heavy. Yeah, I can barely swing it one-handed myself. And I'm a bit out of shape. But you could do it with both hands, right? Yes, it's not very difficult with both. It's just a bit too heavy for one. So her killer was likely a woman. Not necessarily. You'd have better control with both hands. Even a stronger man than you might even a stronger man than you might think then you might use both hands simply to ensure it meets its mark. That's true. But both Dats and Apollo are left-handed. That's horrible as an imbecile. He'd have been he'd have been caught by now if he was guilty. That's true. Apollo Justice would likely have the foresight to swing right-handed, however. Except I was in the same room as him all night, and he didn't leave once. The logs would back that up as well. Pearl-Face fingerprints were found here on the sides. Yes, but I saw her holding it the night before. If the killer swung it holding the base, they'd only wipe off their own prints off. And if it were Pearl, she'd wipe off the prints she left earlier that evening. Unless in her panic she didn't think of that. I guess that's possible, but no need to finish that sentence. I have heard this one before. I get it. She didn't do it, and she's never done anything wrong in her life. Well, yeah, she didn't do it. Then you'd better prove it, Phoenix Wright. I think we found as much as we can in here. Yeah, me too. What are you thinking? I can't tell you everything I have in mind, but there is one thing. Morgan Fay's testimony intrigues me. How so? I believe a vast majority of it to be true, but I think, as much as you might hate to admit it, you agree with me. I remember her being very clever about her testimonies. The lies were always extremely difficult to prove because she hid them in fact. That that is the best way to lie, isn't it? Hide it in enough truth that it is hard to isolate. That's definitely her style. So you think she lied about something? Were you not paying attention in the trial? I asked how Pearl got to the statue. That alone implies Morgan was either omitting something or lying about it. I'm inclined to believe it was an omission, not an outright lie. Perhaps she reframed something that did happen to suit her narrative. Those are all possibilities. Hey, do you think Morgan might have turned on Nadia at some point? What? Like drop the statue on her own head? That's ridiculous, even for you. No, not that. I don't think she killed Nadia. But she could have said anything she wanted about her and Nadia's plan. Which means we'd have to take anything she says about Nadia with a grain of salt. I'm impressed. That's a very good theory. In fact, it would explain a few things. She said that she wasn't to divulge parts of Nadia's plan even if Nadia was killed. But were those parts of Nadia's plan or things that exposed her own lies? What, like not bringing the murder weapon? That's one possible weak spot in her story, yes. Are you suggesting Pearl wrestled from the statue from her? You understand that. If that turned out to be the case, Pearl wouldn't be a murderer, correct? That would be an involuntary manslaughter charge, at worst. More akin to Betty Nightingale's actions than anything. True, but that was a freak accident. She was protecting herself. She didn't stab Becca Tuwark intentionally. Your theory would imply that Pearl intended to do Morgan harm by hitting her. Unfortunately, that makes enough of a difference to make it a crime. If that were the case, if Pearl were guilty of that, I see no reason to throw the book at her. I'd probably offer her 6 months left with good behavior. Even if she was protecting Maya? Look at all the ornaments in this room. If she wanted to merely subdue Morgan, she could use any of them. And even if she caused her harm, she could have called for help. The statue of Mystic Moira is the largest one on the shelf out there. Any one of the other statues would be less deadly. That was a choice, Phoenix Wright. A choice to risk killing her. Such force was not necessary to sever the spirit. And, with the key in her possession, she could ensure Nadia didn't gain access to the chamber. Damn, you're right. It was preventable. that if that's what happened, Pearl's still guilty of a crime. My point exactly. As I said, it's an involuntary manslaughter. A less serious crime to be sure, but a crime all the same. The good news is that I certainly wouldn't see the need for a harsh punishment. But she would still have committed a crime. She'd still have taken a life. That cannot be ignored. I can't just let her walk free because of personal bias. I understand. Let's go somewhere else. Yes, let's look in the meditation room. Well then, let's get on with it. Perhaps we missed something else here. Yeah, let's take another look. These are flags and photos of the students. Seems to be, but I'm not sure how relevant they are. They're not. Let's move on. Fair. Here's where the killer acquired the statue of Mystic Moira. You're right. It was the biggest statue on the table. These other ones aren't as heavy. They could they could have knocked her out. Killer likely used Mystic Moira because it would do them more damage. Then you'd think it was intentional. The killer meant to kill rather than subdue. I think they meant to do whatever was necessary to stop Morgan, for whatever reason. Saving Maya would be a valid reason to want Morgan stopped by any means necessary. But if Pearl wasn't the killer, then what was the killer's motive? Unfortunately, that only serves to make Pearl look more guilty. Unless he finds someone else with an equally compelling motive, Pearl looks most likely. I hate to admit it, but she's right. We already looked at that door from the other side. I don't see anything strange about it from here. I don't either. The wood pieces are on the inside. There's nothing more to see here, I think. There's not much to see here, is there? Apart from the statue, no. Let's go to Winding Way, shall we? I see this place hasn't changed a bit. I didn't find much here, but let's take another look. That urn is still broken. It seems to be tradition. Certainly does. The people here are awfully lenient. My father would have been furious if I'd broken something that important. He certainly wasn't one to spare me a rod. That's horrible. Don't go feeling sorry for me. How was I supposed to learn? Maybe through paying for damages or fixing it yourself, but not hitting you. That wasn't his philosophy. He believed pain was the best motivator. Mr. Nick? Yes? Are you going to tell my mother? Huh? You mean tell Morgan what you did? Yeah, if she finds out that I was playing in the leftover trash, I'll get a spanking. Gotcha. Well, let's keep it a secret from her then, alright? Maybe that really was empathy I was detecting after all. I don't think the urn relates to the case, though. I don't either. I see you found that burned cloth as well. It looks like it came from Maya's robes. Seeing as she wasn't naked when you found her, this seems so this is someone else's robe. Rather rather it was someone else's robe before it was burned. But whose? Nadia was also wearing robes identical to Maya's. So they're not too hard to come by, are they? No, not particularly. Then why would someone want to burn robes like hers? I don't have a good answer for that. Although it does make me think there's a missing piece to this puzzle. I concur. We're missing something. I bet Pearls has that missing piece. I have to break those locks. I just know her side of the story would clear everything up. That's all we can find here, I think. Next order of business, that closet in Fame Manor. You think something's in there? It's certainly possible, yes. Nope, I agree. It's irrelevant. Okay, fine. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Closet. I didn't know it was a separate thing. I forgot it was a separate thing, actually. You say Maya was lying here? Yes, on the floor when I came in. Someone dragged her here, and she has no memory of it? None whatsoever. Then perhaps there's something here that tells us who moved her. There's a cabinet here with a big lock. Maya says it's for those ornaments that were broken in the chamber. Then likely it wasn't touched after the events of Nadia's death. I doubt it. I had Emma Sky run prints on it anyway, just to be certain. There were far too many for us to tell anything useful. Yeah, I didn't think it would help any, but thanks for checking. Of course, you must always check every aspect of any area related to a crime. Check the floorboards, turn out the lights, run every print you find, that sort of thing. Turn out the lights? Be surprised how many foolish criminals illuminate their paths with tape or paint. You've got to learn how to hide things to be good at finding things. I assume that's a skill you learned. It was necessary. I'm starting to get an idea of why I don't like it. And I don't like it. Still, that's good advice. I should pick up on that. Someone didn't screw this cap on properly. It's all dried out. Well, it was wet when Maya and I looked at it 2 days ago. Then it was used recently. Seems that way. But by whom? Certainly not Maya. No, she didn't need it. I'm more wondering why it was used at all. This is very powerful glue. After it dries, it's quite effective. Although skin oil makes it does make it peel. Well, it's still at least partially wet. So whoever used it wouldn't have anything on them. There are fingerprints here. Maya's. She didn't realize it was clue. It was a clue. Yes, I checked already. Still, I think this is connected somehow. I do too. I just don't know how yet. Presents from Maya Fey, I assume. I think so. I got her a rather nice electric toothbrush. A toothbrush? For becoming master? Dental hygiene is important, especially for those in leadership positions. What kind of master would she be if she contracted gingivitis? How very practical of you. Though rather touching in her own way, I admit. That's all Maya and I found. I don't see anything else here. I don't either, which means it's time to move on. Where to? We looked in all the relevant places. What about the lake? There won't be any clues. We were foolish to believe Nadia died there. That's true. So I suppose this is where we split up. I think so. I need to meet up with Miles anyway. Yeah, I should check up with Maya and see how she's doing. Then I suppose I'll see you in court. I should check on Maya. Okay. January 3rd, Faye's Manor, Maya's room. That's strange. She's not in here. Maybe she got up to do something. I'm sure I'll run into her. Never actually looked around in here before. As long as I don't look anywhere too personal, I'm sure she won't mind if I took a quick peek. Oh, oh, that's so cute! We got little pictures. I forgot about the ice skating trip. Turns out I have no coordination on the ice whatsoever. Oh, he's in his own little hobo outfit. It's so cute. She was patient with me once we finished laughing her head off. Once she was finished laughing her head off. I guess it did look pretty silly from her perspective. Oh, I remember that. I think Gumshoe took that picture of her and Maggie. I'm surprised she hung on to it. Is there anything else I can look at? It's this scene! Remember that? I remember Pearls taking that picture at the circus. If I had known I was going to have my picture taken, I'd have worn something a little more flattering. Aw, there's Mia! Oh, and gosh, she was on the confetti. That's so cute. Wow. And wow, is that everyone way back in the day right after I met her? Look at us, all of us. We were so young. Can't believe how much we've changed. It's so cute. It was so sweet of her to edit Mia in like that. Aww. Oh, that's a good explanation. And that picture in Korean. Of course. How could I forget? I guess she wouldn't be Maya if she wasn't some goofy show like into some goofy show like that. Oh my god, that's so cute. Is that fan art? That's so cute. She has her own little hat and everything. Oh. I can't believe she kept a picture of her in that silly hobo getup. It's not fair if you only get to be a hobo. Man, what a dork. Cute edit though. I like the background she added. Oh, I get to look at so many pictures. It's cute. A very big circus. Of course, she kept that silly poster. She pilfered from Very Big Circus. I guess if no one asked for it back, she might as well have kept it. That girl had some sticky fingers back in the day. Aww. Is that Trucy? Oh, it's a young Trucy. It's so cute. Oh, wow. Is this me doing Trucy's hair? I guess she must have taken this one herself. Now, now I remember. I was hopeless at it. She said I made it look like a bird's nest. I really did, didn't I? Aw, Maya and Emma. Trucy took this one. I remember it well. Those two were being very judgmental about the outfit I was planning to wear to the ball. Nick, you look like a leprechaun. For everyone's sake, please change. Wait, was it the green suit? Was it the green suit edit you were thinking of when you wrote that? Oh, that's so good. This is from the girl who tried to match a glow-in-the-dark highlighter yellow with royal purple. Yeah, true. You'd think she'd know better. She edited a decent background for the picture. Oh, and there's two others over here. Oh, that's her mom. I should have known there'd be a picture of her mom there. She was an incredible person. Man, this really takes me back. Wow, that boat ride was ages ago. I'd almost forgotten. Wait, is that Edgeworth up there? How did I even notice that? I wonder why this picture's so crinkled. Knowing her, it could be any reason. Dude, this is so cute. I love looking at all these pictures. I think that's just what this episode's gonna be. Oh, Ami. Whoa, my memories are flooding back. I remember that day. That poor Ern sure took a beating. Oh, little Trucy with the little puppet with Mr. Hat. It's so adorable. Trucy was so cute. How'd she grow up so fast? Ah, and Athena. That wedding was only a couple months ago. I glad she, Athena, and Emma hit it off so well. Did they did they go to Disney? Oh, that's so cute. And how could I forget that trip to Disney World with Trucy and Pearls? My wallet took a real beating, but it was worth to see them so happy. Aw, I had no idea she had all these pictures. I should ask her for copies. Oh, it's so cool. I love looking at all these pictures, dude. Wait, did I look at this one yet? Oh, I didn't. Larry's sketchbook? Well, okay, those are just those 2 pages. Oh, really? He really is a good artist. These are nice. Oh, dude, I love that they take these screenshots from like the games and the anime. It's so good. It's so endearing too. I wonder who took this picture. Who took the picture under it? Oh, Pearls was so small back then. Aww. And of course, me in the sweatshirt days. She she was always there for me. I don't know what I'd do without her. Dude, this is so touching. I'm actually gonna fucking cry from all of this. Okay, let's get back to investigation. Before I start crying. That's probably edging on snooping. I'll leave that alone. Okay. Of course, she never makes her bed. Typical Maya. Okay. Oh. Aww. Is that Mia and Maya? Aww. So cute. Man, it's been a while since I've seen this picture. I should have known she'd keep it. 12 years of memories right here. And she kept all of this? I can't believe how many pictures I'm in. Doesn't she have any better friends? Well, maybe I shouldn't criticize her too much. It's not like I have a better friend. There are no clues here, but this trip down memory lane was just what I needed. Maybe I'll take a look in Pearl's room. Nick? Maya? I'm sorry. I wasn't snooping. I was just looking at these pictures. I had no idea you kept all of this. Of course I did. They're some of my best memories. I don't have a lot from before then. Hey, are you okay? Okay? You channeled Morgan. That probably took a big toll on your body. She didn't hurt me. I didn't just mean physically. I really didn't think she'd turn on Pearl like that. I thought she'd tell you the truth. She must have had her reasons. Still, if I'd known that's what she was going to do, I would have... I would have... Would have what? Hey, Nick. I'm really tired. That took a lot out of me. Of course, I'll get out of your way. Nick, wait. You know I've always seen you guys as my real family, right? Yeah, of course. I mean, look at all these pictures. Once all this is over, we should go on another trip, you know? All four of us. You, Pearly, Trissy, and me. Are you kidding? My wallet's still recovering from Disney World. Yeah, so is mine. It was hard to say no to those two. They were so cute. And sometimes I can't believe how fast they grew up. So much has changed in all this time. It's enough to make my head spin. Well, if it makes you feel better, you'll always have me. You'll always have me too. Oh, these two are so cute together. Like platonically, I mean. Yeah, I will. That's what I like about you, Nick. You're here. You always are. Oh, I should lie down. Sure, see you later. I don't know why I'm back here. I just feel like somehow maybe there's something in here that I can help that that can help me help you, Pearls. And of course, I knocked something over. Alright, where? Huh? Oh? What? It's got my name on it. It's dated just over a year ago. I guess she never sent it. Now, why would you write me a letter, Pearls? Are we gonna read it? Should I open it? If she didn't send it, maybe she didn't want me to read it. I'm sorry, Pearls. I don't know what else I can do for you. But at this point, I need all the help I can get. September 21st, 2027. Dear Mr. Nick, I'm sure you're wondering why I'm writing this letter instead of... Oh. Oh! I'm sure you're wondering why I'm writing this letter instead of just telling you. To be honest, I'm not sure either. I guess I feel like I can't look you in the eye and say what I want to. But out of everyone I know, I think you're the only one who won't judge me for how I feel. Mr. Nick, why didn't you adopt me? Was it because you thought I needed to stay here for my training? Or was it because Trucy needed you more? Or did I do something wrong? Because I lost my only parent too. Since you adopted Trucy, I've been going over everything that happened, wondering if I did something to make you not want me. I guess you must have had your reasons. Is it because I used to hit you? I feel sick with guilt every time I think about that. You were nothing but nice to me and I was awful to you. I wish I could take it all back. I've been wondering if you were only so nice to me because of how much you love Mystic Maya. And Trucy's so smart and fun and charismatic. I'm not any of those things. No one ever asked me if I wanted to stay here. No one ever asked me if I wanted to be a spirit medium. It's the only thing I've ever been good at. I found the file on what really happened that night Mystic Misty died. When I was cleaning your office yesterday, I could have done it myself. I could have murdered Mystic Maya. Or been murdered. Would it have been easier for you if I didn't survive that night? I'm sure you would have been upset. Then you wouldn't have to deal with me anymore. Oh, God. Now I'm starting to wish that's what happened. Because no one ever loved me for me. They just saw me as an obligation. Is that what I was to you too? Is that why you didn't want me? Or were you just afraid I'd hurt Mystic Maya if I channeled the wrong spirit? Mr. Nick, I'd rather have a dad than spiritual powers. I'd give up channeling forever for someone to love me as much as you love Trucy. As much as my mother should have loved me. As much as I love you. Oh, feel bad for Pearlie. I'm tired of this place. I'm tired of being here all the time. And I don't even know what's out there. I just know I want to get out of here. I want to get away from the life my mother forced me into. No, I can't send this. I don't want to know. I'd rather believe that you really care than find out you don't. I'll do my best, Mr. Nick. I'll help you however I can. You don't have to love me. It's enough that you're nice enough to me that I can pretend. Damn. Pearls. Oh, is he crying? Dude is crying. I mean, honestly, I'd probably be crying too. Pearls. How? How could you ever think that? Hmm. Did I not show you? Or did Morgan make you feel like you weren't lovable at all? It's okay, Pearls. I'll make it okay. I wish she'd said this, if I'd known. Oh, Pearl's letter added to court record. Dude. Boss? Have you been crying? A little. Have you calibrated the mood matrix to heart rates yet? I just noticed that widget actually does change color based on Athena's mood. That's funny. Hmm. I did the best I could, but it's not as fine-tuned as my hearing would be. That's okay. It's time. I'm ready to head. I'm ready to break them. Oh, we're gonna be. Oh, we're gonna be breaking Pearl's locks. January 3rd, detention center, visitors room. You know what? This has been a very heartfelt episode. I I honestly have no clue what to do about all this, but I think right now is a good time. I should probably end this video here. This was very heavy episode. So yeah, um, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason.